11 big years, I'm told, Phil.
11 big years, yeah. But even so, it's just about bedtime.
It's a Friday.
Anyway, back to the boxing. Like I said, a little bit of chalk and cheese this one. In the white trunks, Matt Scriven fighting his 100th professional fight this evening. So congratulations to him on that little milestone. A centurion in boxing terms up against the rookie making his debut, Sammy Mack from Louth in Lincolnshire. So not surprisingly, he's the one with the biggest vocal backing here tonight. But Scriven will be a useful test for him.
More than he's really tested some big names over the over his career, and it shipped a big left from Mack there, and comes back with a good right himself.
Well, really interesting first round already. Scriven, who you would have thought might fight the more conservative with a small C fight, seems quite happy to mix it here, and Sammy Mack, who I understand is a very useful footballer, has already shown us that he's a useful boxer too.
Scriven is one of these journeymen who doesn't like to be have the mickey taken out of him. He wants a bit of respect, and if he thinks a young whippersnapper's getting above himself, he's got the skills to teach him a thing or two. That's nothing against Sammy Mack, I should say, but that's just the way Matt Scriven is. You know, he's not going to be messed around. He's serious about this game. And there he is. The hair bunched back, just rocked back by that left hand by Sammy Mack.
Yeah, Mack the southpaw. I'm sure that's nothing new to Scriven. It might confuse one or two when they come up against the southpaw for the first time, but Scriven has seen it all before.
Yeah, and if you want to trade with him, he'll give you a fight if you need that. Let's have a quick couple of shout outs from our YouTube comments. Shout out to Franco, to Lois and Jade, to Saltash ABC, to 1899 Josh, and to Bit Me Lolol, I think it is. Oh, Bite Me. Sorry, Bite Me. Thanks for watching anyway.
And keep the messages coming. And we'll keep the boxing action coming. At the moment in the presence of Sammy Mack and Matt Scriven. Another welterweight contest, this one, scheduled to go 6 2-minute rounds. You mentioned Scriven's pedigree earlier on in terms of some of the people he's been in with. Matthew Hatton, Denton Vassell, Craig Watson, Billy Joe Saunders, to name but a few.
As they say, no mug. This is the second round then of 6, 2 minutes a round, and Scriven not going to just sit back and be dictated to. Sammy Mack has his other ideas though.
Good straight left from Mack there, getting through straight to the face of Scriven, who's just upped his guard a little bit, having been caught.
I'm sure Matt Scriven will forgive me to saying that probably Sammy Mack's youth has allowed him to have the snappier punches. He's got more speed than Matt Scriven. Scriven's got the know-it-all, and been there and done the hard yards, but maybe just was going to be beaten to the punch on several occasions in this contest, just because of the sheer youthfulness of his opponent.
Yeah, we mentioned in the previous contest about the physical conditioning of the two guys. Scriven's in pretty good shape, but he is now 38 years of age, so it's perhaps fair to say he's coming to the twilight of his career, whereas Sammy Mack very much up and coming, and very much up and at him as well. Still trying to take centre ring when he can, Sammy Mack.
Good action then in round 2 from both guys. And this is what's been really great about the Fight Night series so far. A month ago when we were at the Elephant and Castle, and then again here tonight, well-matched fights. People not content to just you know, sort of let the rounds meander by. They're all action. And here's an example. There we are, Mac landing 2 left hooks, one with Scriven admittedly backtracking a little bit out of the way of the second one, but good action from both boys.
Yeah, they seem pretty pleased with things so far in the Mac corner.
Just referring back on Twitter to the previous fight from Doris04, woohoo, my baby brother won.
10 seconds.
And congrats, twin bro, we enjoyed watching you fight. Love from Scotland. Aimed at William Warburton there, obviously.
Obviously got the whole family tuning in, and why not? So round 3, Scriven in white, Mac in black, which has a nice ring to it. Scriven trying to get through with that right cross of his. It's his way of hoping to counter the southpaw style of his rookie opponent.
And again, both of them prepared to trade on the ropes there.
Interesting contest again with the previous fight, and perhaps this comes down to experience. Haven't seen Sammy Mac vary his line of attack quite so much. More often than not, he's going for the head of Scriven, and perhaps if he did just target the midriff occasionally, might get Scriven to drop his guard, which may bring him more joy. But again, that's the kind of ring craft that he's in there to try and learn tonight. It's a very steep upward learning curve when you leave behind the amateur ranks and the safety of head guards and come into the professional game, where boxing is not just a hobby anymore, but it's a living.
Scriven just pressurising him on the ropes right above us here at the Beachcomber in Cleethorpes, live on YouTube across the world, of course. It's really good to have you with us, and I hope you're enjoying the action, because it's been brilliantly contested so far in these first 2.5 fights. A little trickle of blood from the nose of Scriven there.
Noticed that as well, Nigel. Yeah, Scriven was just wiping it away at the end of that round. Don't think it's anything to really trouble him. Scriven, incidentally, was in action in this neck of the woods, fought in Hull just a week ago. So he's been a busy man of late in this area.
Keeps busy, earns his money, and he's had a great career. And there they are trading on the ropes once more, giving us good entertainment. Mac missing with the left there. Scriven just ducks out of the way. And there's the Sammy Mac corner. Talking of Mac, I know this is a worldwide broadcast. We have Mac 92isation watching in Plymouth. We've got Ravanelli just up the road in Grimsby, and we've got Mabio 01 who's in Australia, and Stunkirk Patrick who's in Texas.
So quite literally all around the globe tuning in tonight, free boxing via YouTube and on the Hatton TV website. We're in sunny Cleethorpes, and it certainly was sunny earlier on. A little bit darker now outside, but out of the holiday season. It really was beautiful down by the seaside. But this is where the real business is now, ringside. Scriven trying to call on all his experience. You can see he's having to wipe away that blood now. Just dripping down from his left nostril, so Sammy Mac will target that area now. See if he can cause the more experienced man a bit more inconvenience, perhaps affect his breathing. Right hand is getting through with a bit more regularity now from Mac. Just see a little bit of swelling underneath the eyes of Matt Scriven as well. Just a legacy of all those fights that Nigel was pointing to earlier. Remember, this is 100th of his professional career.
And he's just struggling for his breath a little bit, Scriven, at the moment. The blood coming from his nose. He's just sniffing it back, snorting it back, trying to get some oxygen into his lungs.
You've got to be careful with dropping his hands so low. He's got them up again now. The formerly pristine white shorts are now spotted with red blood.
I'm just a bit concerned about my Hatton hoodie. Available in all sizes, but I think it just might get coloured. There we are, you can see it there. That's me with my back to you.
Better check that it says non-boil wash or something on it.
I think so, yeah. You can buy them online, incidentally, on hattonboxing.com. Not sure Matt Scriven's too bothered about that at the moment, though. He's got his work cut out with this youngster, Sammy Mack.
Well, it was another good round for Mack, that one. He did far the better work of the two. Occasional moments of joy for Scriven, but for the most part it was Mack dictating the tune. And he looks very relaxed there, considering this is his debut in front of television and a lot of his adoring fans.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. It won't always be like this. Well, it might if he keeps winning, of course, I suppose, but quite an atmosphere to be making your debut.
Second out, round 5.
Well, he's a scaffolder by trade, Sammy Mack. I mentioned earlier he's a decent footballer, central midfielder, I understand, for Saltfleet United, who play in the East Lincolnshire football combination, as I'm sure Nigel knew. Absolutely.
What position are they at the moment, Phil? Somewhere between 1 and 20, I suppose.
Somewhere in that combination.
For now, though, it's not the left foot, it's the left hand of Sammy Mack that he's trying to land. He's done it on quite a few occasions so far in this contest, and looking to punish Matt Scriven again in this 5th round out of 6. But you really can't fault the commitment of either boxer.
Yeah, it's interesting though, Scriven's a bit happier to hold on now, just soak up a bit of time. Going back to the old, dare I say it, dirty tricks book occasionally, just to grab himself a few seconds breathing space. And he needs that breathing space, as we mentioned, with that nosebleed sustained a couple of rounds ago, which I'm sure has impeded his ability to suck in some air between the flying fists of Sammy Mack. And Mack still looks full of running, bobbing and weaving, keeping himself on full alert just in case Scriven comes back at him with a vengeance.
Good stuff from both boxers, though. As we approach the end of round number 5, Mack will be learning plenty from this, I'm sure.
It's his overall attitude that I'm impressed with. He looks very cool about it, hasn't come out and blown a gasket trying to impress everybody. By the same token, he certainly hasn't been overawed by the occasion. He's just taken everything in his stride up against, as we've mentioned, a very experienced opponent. And I think there's mutual respect there, definitely at the end of the 5th. One for the man who's been there and done it, and one for the man who's just showing some of his potential credentials here, Sammy Mack.
It's incidences like this, you know, trapping his opponent against the ropes, and maybe Mack just let Scriven get away too easily there. Those sort of things he can learn from. Apart from landing good, clean punches, it's the ring craft really that he's going to pick up from fighting guys like Scriven.
Yeah, but for me, he's boxed like a man who's had 5 or 6 fights rather than this being his debut. So, very impressive start from Sammy Mack. More or less what you'd expect from Matt Scriven, wholehearted kind of a boxer.
Some more shout-outs. Shout-out to Gav's dad, who's watching us. Also to Boxfin, who's in northern Finland.
Shouldn't you have a shout-out to Gav as well, since his dad's watching?
And Shin Blog, I think, in Cleethorpes. It's bad writing, I'm afraid, if that's your name. If you're in Cleethorpes and you're watching, well, you're pretty close to us, but good to have you with us anyway, live on YouTube.
Should have bought a ticket.
Yeah, true.
So here we are, final round of this 6 2-minute welterweight contest. Matt Scriven, the experienced Matt Scriven, 100 professional fights tonight in the white trunks. Lincolnshire's Sammy Mack at the very opposite end of his career, just setting out on the professional road. And, well, he's stepping out with some style so far tonight. Can he keep it going in this final round? It's been a really accomplished debut from the youngster so far. His dad, incidentally, has his own gym, so again, there's boxing in the family. I'm told he actually got bought his first pair of boxing gloves before he could walk. So I guess Dad wanted him to have a go in the ring.
Just had an interesting tweet in.
Oh, good shot there from Mack, and a stumble from Matt Scriven. But he managed to right himself quickly enough.
On Twitter, from Small Package, saying, never mind who's watching worldwide, it's us local lads that want this fight. P.S. the ring girl's phone number would be nice.
I'm surprised we haven't had a message in actually from some of Sammy Mack's siblings, because I understand he's the youngest of 7. So I'm sure the family are getting behind him now. He's just under a little bit of pressure here from Scriven as the bell sounds at the end of the contest. There's a really warm hug between the two, but as expected, it's Sammy Mack who gets the nod, starts his professional career with a victory, but a hard-earned one. And a little kiss and a hug there from Matt Scriven, and that's what's so great about boxing, that they'll try and knock the stuffing out of each other, and then at the end of 12 minutes hard graft, they'll stick an arm around each other and be like best buddies.
Yeah, it's a really great contest that was. And you can tell just how popular he is from the noise at the moment. Here's some of the action in that final round. Sammy Mack, the convincing winner. And that was a great start to a professional career.
Yeah, and I think we can get the official verdict again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end of 6 rounds of boxing. The referee, Rob Chalmers, scores contest. Matt Scriven, 55 points. Sammy McSpadden, 60 points winner. On his debut, Sammy McSpadden. And ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation
so back
for
on
Matt
track
Scriven.
for the home crowd, at least, after something of an upset in the second contest of the night. Louth's Sammy Mack